welcome back to my channel. My name is Samantha. If you're new, welcome. Today I'll be showing you how I created this beautiful berry pink eye look. But before we get into the tutorial, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, like, comment, and share. And today I will be showing you this eye look from the Element of Surprise Colourpop eyeshadow palette. So I use majority of the shadows from this palette. It's a very beautiful palette, and when it says it's the Element of Surprise palette, it really is. When I first played with this palette, I didn't think I was gonna come out with the pink look. I thought it was gonna be a little more neutral, but the shadows are for sure an element of surprise. But I really did enjoy this palette. I enjoyed making this tutorial. So if you want to see how I created this look, then just keep on watching. So first things first, I'll be starting off with the Lancome Long Wear eyeshadow base in the shade Beige Ivory and applying this with the regular concealer brush. I'll be applying this from the lid to my brow bone. I have tape on the edges of my eyes because I want to make sure I have a nice crisp clean line of the eyeshadow, and it will also help be my guideline for when I do my winged eyeliner. To make sure that the eyeshadow primer is well blended, I'm going to blend it with a damp beauty sponge. To set the eyeshadow primer, I'll be using the Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder in the shade Translucent Extra Coverage and applying this with a fluffy crease brush all over my lid to get rid of the tackiness from the primer. The palette I will be using today is the Element of Surprise by Colourpop. This palette has 12 eyeshadows that are beautiful and have nice pigmentation. The nice thing is that all the shadow names are on the back of the palette. The first shade I'll be going in with is Labyrinth, and I will be taking a fluffy crease brush and applying this right in my crease and building up the intensity of this pigment. I'll be going in back and forth motions and windshield wiper motions. The second shade I'll be going in with from this palette is Go With The Flow, and I'll be taking the same fluffy crease brush and applying this in my crease. The object of getting a nice crease is going from light to dark to build up a nice gradient effect. So the majority of the color I'll be focusing more towards the outer V and slowly working it inwards with the leftover product. Next, I'll be going in with the shade Details. It is a warm brown shade. I'll be taking a smaller crease brush that's a little more dense and focusing it mainly on the outer V and the fold of my crease, focusing most of the product on the outside of the V and working it slowly inward with the leftover product. I'll be going in back and forth windshield wiping motions. Next, I'll be going in with the shade Peace of Mind, and I'll be taking a tapered crease brush that is a little more fluffier than the last one, focusing this pretty low in the crease on the outer V, going in back and forth windshield wiping motions. Next, I'll be going in with the Lancome Long Wear eyeshadow base in Beige Ivory to cut my crease. So what this is going to do is give the shimmery shades a nice clean slate to show up and shine. The brush I'm using is considered a lip brush, but honestly in makeup there's no rules and you can use different brushes for different things. So I like this brush for cutting my crease because it's very small, tapered, and it gives me a lot of control. Next, I'll be going in with the shade Silk Street and applying this to the middle of my eye. I'm going to be using another lip brush that is tightly packed, and I really want this shadow to show up and shine, so I'm going to be using the NYX setting spray. It is the matte setting spray, and I'm just going to take this color and dab it on the center of my eyelid, right where we put the eyeshadow primer. Next, I'll be going in with the shade Rayon. So I'll be taking the same densely packed lip brush, and I really want the shade Rayon to shine, so I'm going to be setting it with the NYX setting spray and applying this to the inner part of my lid and lightly blending it over the shade Silk Street. Then to make sure that both the shade Silk Street and Rayon are blended, I'm going to lightly dab it with my finger. Next, I'll be going in with the shade Peace of Mind and taking a very small crease brush and very lightly blending this shade right over where the other two shadows may have gotten in the crease, just to kind of deepen it up and that there's no lines. Then I'll be taking that tapered crease brush again and just blending over where the shade Silk Street went over Peace of Mind and just dabbing that so there's no demarcation. Also, so all the shades are nice and blended and cohesive. So now, speaking of blending and cohesive, I will be taking a clean, fluffy crease brush and blending everything very nice and making sure there's no lines, everything's blended and seamless. Now I'll be taking the Urban Decay Smoked Palette in the shade Kinky and applying this with a fluffy shader brush right to my brow bone, and this is going to make sure that the berry shades in the brow bone is very nice and seamless and blended. Once again, I'll be taking that fluffy clean crease brush and blending the shades Kinky with the Pinkberry shades just to make sure everything's blended and seamless. Alright guys, so just to finish off my eye look, I went back in with the Element of Surprise palette, and I took this fluffy tapered crease brush, the small one, and I first went in with the color Labyrinth and put it under my eyes, and then I went in with the color Go With The Flow and put it under my eyes, and then for the last color I used more of a flat, dense flat brush, and I went in with the shade Peace of Mind, and I kept this very close, tapered very closely to the lash line. I didn't want the dark red maroon color to be blended out too far, so I did that. And then to blend everything, I went in with this fluffy densely packed shader brush, and I just really went in and blended everything together. And then for my highlight, my brow bone highlight and my inner corner highlight, I went in the Lorac Love, Lust, and Lace Full Face Collection palette, and I went in with the shade Love on the same small crease brush, packed it right on in the tear duct, and then just a little bit on the brow bone, and then I blended it out with a clean crease brush. So that completes this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you are able to recreate this beautiful eye look yourself. If you would like to see me review the Element of Surprise palette by Colourpop, just let me know. I'm planning on doing that as my next video. Just kind of giving you my thoughts on the shadows. I really do like this palette. I feel like it's very high quality. So that's all for now. What I'd like you to do is hit the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, comment if you are able to recreate this look and if you enjoyed this video, share, and if you have any suggestions on what you would like to see next, leave that down below. I would greatly appreciate it. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. Bye!